Alright guys, today I'll be reviewing Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. This is the RMC hybrid coaster here, and it's definitely my second favorite hybrid coaster, only behind Steel Vengeance. Definitely the best small scale RMC, and I'll explain all that in this review. So to start off with the theming as usual, I don't know, it's a weird theme. It's like themed to this like extraterrestrial apple orchard. There's like this egg thing in the queue line that looks like a starfish. I don't know. The theming on here is so weird. It doesn't really matter since there's no theming on the ride. But yeah, it's bizarre. So then you're gonna pull down your normal RMC lap bar, shin guards, all that good stuff. It's not the worst train in the world, but it could be better. So then you're going to go up your lift hill, and then you're going to turn right into this barrel roll down drop. This thing is weird. A lot of this ride is very unconventional, including this thing. In the front, you're going to get some pretty good hang time on this, which is kind of bizarre for a first drop. And then in the back, you're going to get some really good laterals going through this. Would I like a normal first drop better? Yeah, I'd like my airtime, but this is fine too. Then you're going to fly over a speed hill, and this gives a little pop of floater, nothing much. You're going to fly through an overbank next. You feel the speed through this thing. I guess it dishes out some positives, like maybe assuming you haven't ridden I-305 next door, it might feel intense. I don't know. Really, this is just here so you can feel the speed, and it's there to turn you around. Then you're going to fly over another speed hill, getting a little pop of floater, and then this ride goes crazy. The whole, starting few elements, they're nothing too special, but now this is why this is my number 6 coaster overall. The triple camelbacks are just incredible. You have one to start off. It's kind of strong. It's not like El Toro or anything, but it's fun. The second one is even stronger. And then you're like, okay, yeah, this is strong. And then you hit the third one, and you absolutely go flying. I mean, this is just like El Toro level ejector here on this hill. Yeah, it's incredible. And then you're gonna go into another dip out of those 3 camelbacks, and that might be the strongest pop on the ride so far. Even stronger than the triple camelbacks. Then you're gonna go into a cutback. Vicious laterals on this thing. Really fun element. Not really much hang time, but yeah, it's all about the laterals. Then you're going to charge through a couple other airtime hills that are going to deliver even more powerful ejector airtime, stronger than anything you'd find on Wicked Cyclone or Twisted Colossus, I guess. And then you're going to hit, in my opinion, the strongest moment of airtime on any coaster except for Phoenix. And this is the Trick Track Double Up. It seems like Mr. Roller Coasters is the only one who seems to like this element as much as me. Yeah, this element's just stupid. You start off going through a step up that banks to the right. If you're in the front, you're gonna absolutely go flying on that. In the back, you get a pop of floater. It's fine. But if you're in the back for the step down banking to the left, especially if you're on the load side of the train, that's my favorite seat, by the way, back row load side of the train, I can't describe how insane this pop of airtime feels. Actually, I'll try right now. It feels it doesn't just feel like you're getting ejected. It feels like the ride's trying to rip you in half, from your legs. It's trying to rip your body in half from your legs to your, stomach. It's trying to rip you into two there from all the negative G's, how aggressively it's throwing you out. It's almost like positive G's in airtime. If that makes any sense, it probably makes absolutely no sense, but those of you who have experienced it probably, hopefully, know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, I'm not crazy. Just this is such a strong moment of airtime. Like, again, in my opinion, the strongest moment of airtime on any coaster other than the finale on Phoenix. Then after that crazy moment, you're gonna hit the next strongest airtime moment on the ride. Not the next best moment on the ride, but the third best in my opinion. It's the Camelback right after it. This gives a pretty sustained pop of airtime too, for an RMC, and it is strong. Like, this is some strong ejector airtime, like almost as strong as the moment before, but not quite. And then after that, you're going to go through the famous Outer Bank. This is the second best part of the ride. Just crazy Outer Bank ejector airtime here. Makes absolutely no sense how this element's profiled. But I mean, it's crazy and I love it. So yeah, this is an amazing element as well. And then you're going to go through another airtime pop, great ejector there. Go through a floaty 0G roll. Then go through like some meandering kind of turnarounds, get a little floater. This part kind of reminds me of a slightly stronger version of Wicked Cyclones, like turnarounds. And then after that, you're going to go through another little floater speed hill, and then one more crazy ejector pop before popping up into the brakes, giving another pop of airtime for front row riders. So yeah, that's Twisted Timbers. It's butter smooth. Obviously, it's a newer RMC. When I was there, it wasn't busy at all. The first day was raining and it was absolutely deserted in the park. So, I got 4 rides on it the first day, mainly because it rained for half the day and I was at I-305 for a lot of the day as well. But then the second day, I got 7 rides in the first hour it was open. So I think it was a bit busier later in the day, but if you get there, like, again, you can just lap it over and over again before the crowds get there in like the first hour. Now, I will say, this ride warms up a lot, and it doesn't take too long. It only takes like a half hour for it to get to its max potential. But those morning rides, I could tell, were not the same Twisted Timbers I rode the other day. Also, your seat impacts the ride a lot. Front row is still a fun ride, but front row, like, I'd say it's actually pretty close to the other smaller RMCs in the front row. But again, in the back, it's like right up there with Steel Vengeance. So definitely get back row. Not unload side, load side if you can, because unload side, I mean, you're going to get the best of the cutback, I guess, if that's what you're into. But yeah, unload side is definitely not as good as load side. Load side, you get that crazy ejector airtime on the Outer Bank and the Trick Track double up. You get it on the other side too, but not as strong. So for Twisted Timbers' final score, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is the closest ride to a 10 out of 10 that's not a 10 out of 10. And I'm not the kind of guy who likes to give like 9.775 or that kind of score. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, but just telling you that this is the closest ride I have to a 10 out of 10 that's not a 10 out of 10. My top 5's all filled with 10 out of 10 rides. But this is my number 6 coaster overall as of now. It can sometimes change, but it's always in my top 10 for sure. And this ride's just incredible. I mean, go in expecting Steel Vengeance level ejector airtime, but just nowhere near as strong. Or I mean, as long. It's as strong as Steel Vengeance. What's definitely not as strong as this thing is rides like Wicked Cyclone and Twisted Colossus. So if you've done those, but haven't done Steel Vengeance or something, then you're in for a real treat with this thing. So that's my review of Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. Let me know what you guys think of this ride in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.